Mr. Bose, once more you say that you have made a wrong statement in your affidavit of asset. We'll record that and I'll dispose of I'll keep the revision pending and I'll issue a 340 against your client. No difficulty apart from your client lying left and right. No. Whatever documents. You cannot go beyond your pleadings, and this is the purpose of Rajneesh versus Neha, that you have to disclose affidavits. No, Mr. Bose, we won't waste further time on this. We have to proceed on the premise that you have been paying 5,000 only. I'm paying 25,000. Don't make ridiculous arguments. Your affidavit, you're going against your own affidavit. That affidavit is on oath. Mr. Bose, then you say that I'll record. You just say once more time that your client lied, and I'll record and I'll issue a 340. And why not right now?
This channel does not promote any violent, harmful, or illegal activities. All content provided by this channel is meant for an educational purpose only.
15,000 is the rent expenditure.
Where is that?
At internal page 6 of my affidavit of assets and liabilities.
Which item?
My affidavit assets and liabilities.
Monthly rent, yes.
Monthly rent. Now it is around 27,000, which I have disclosed before this.
So this is your expenditure, which the court took as your income, apparently.
Actually, because of the figure, it is getting confused. He himself, in his that he pays a rent of 18,000 as well. He pays a rent of 18,000.
What is the income shown? House rent income? 18,000? We don't find that.
This is the income sheet at page, internal page.
What does the court get that he earns it?
At that point of time, it is 1,16,510.
No, that subsequently produced a salary slip. Where does the court get that he earns 18,000? Mr. Go, it is not there.
My lord, no, I'm also not saying that thing, my lord. What I'm saying is that court, there is
an page 13, page 13.
Yeah, page 13. I'm also at page 13.
Page 13, item
it says who is the owner of the residential accommodation. In case of rented accommodation, specify the monthly rent. So this he is showing perhaps that Atrey Devnath monthly rent 17,000 per month till August 2020.
Who is Atrey Devnath? Who is Atrey Devnath?
That my
Mr. Bose, who is Atrey Devnath? You're not ready with your matter.
Page internal page.
You are Arindam Choudhury. Your affidavit of asset, page 13. Audit 3.
She is my landlord. She is my landlord. Landlady girl. At present, I am paying around 27,000. I have annexed the rent.
Right.
Receipt also.
Yes, Mr. Go. That was an error on the part of the court to hold that he earns 18,000. He pays 18,000. That is it, his affidavit of asset.
My lord,
now I am paying 27,000.
My lord,
we cannot look into that.
My lord, my instruction is that he is staying with his uncle. And this is just a.
My lord, Go, there is no basis for this finding.
My lord, I also understand. I'm not, and I'm completely not on that, my lord. On 18,000, I'm completely.
So we only asked you on 18. Take your seat. Yes, continue.
The full fee, not only 5,000. She has claimed in affidavit assets and liabilities that she is paying the entire burden of the thing. She is taking on the burden of paying the entire fee. What my learned friend have submitted just a few minutes ago. The school fees for the month of first quarter 2019, 24,950 that was paid by check 20525725. And school fees second quarter 11,950. Third quarter 10,950. Fourth quarter, this is all. These are the amounts I am paying, not the opposite party.
Can't believe you. Your affidavit of asset says otherwise. Sorry. Mr. Bose, once more you say that you have made a wrong statement in your affidavit of asset. We'll record that and I'll dispose of I'll keep the revision pending and I'll issue a 340 against your client. No difficulty apart from your client lying left and right. No. Whatever documents. You cannot go beyond your pleadings, and this is the purpose of Rajneesh versus Neha, that you have to disclose affidavits. No, Mr. Bose, we won't waste further time on this. We have to proceed on the premise that you have been paying 5,000 only.
I'm paying 25,000.
Don't make ridiculous arguments. Your affidavit, you're going against your own affidavit. That affidavit is on oath. Mr. Bose, then you say that I'll record. You just say once more time that your client lied, and I'll record and I'll issue a 340. And why not right now? Issue. During arguments, learned counsel for the petitioner husband repeatedly reiterates, despite several queries of court, that his client, the petitioner husband, lied, L-I-E-D, lied before the trial court while stating in his affidavit of assets that he is paying rupees 5,000 per month for his son. First up, it is submitted that the entire school fees of the son are being paid by the husband. First up, this court amply warned learned counsel for the petitioner that his client would be guilty of proceedings being drawn up for perjury if he insists that the said statement before the court below in the husband's affidavit of assets is erroneous. First up, despite the same learned counsel insisted on repeating and reiterating that the said statement is not correct and his client, the petitioner, has been paying much higher amounts for the son. First up, next para, in view of such categorical admission on the part of learned counsel for the petitioner that the petitioner has made a deliberate and false statement in his affidavit of assets to the tune that he spends only rupees 5,000 per month for the son, this court is of the opinion that the learned trial judge should immediately consider drawing up appropriate proceedings for perjury due to the false statement of the petitioner husband before the trial court in his affidavit of asset. First up, next para, insofar as the impugned order is concerned, I find that the income of the wife has been held to be around rupees 58,501 per month, whereas the income of the husband, as per the current salary slip for May 2024, as produced in the court below, is rupees 1,62,047 per month. Push up, next para, striking a balance between the two, we find that the husband earns about 3 times the wife. Push up, next para, the expenditure for the son, as disclosed in the affidavit of asset of the wife in the court below, which could have been a valid premise of the learned trial judge in passing the impugned order, is to the tune of rupees 56,536.90 per month. Push up, next para, although learned counsel for the opposite party wife submits that the food expenses of the son were not included in the said affidavit of asset, we find that taking a pragmatic approach, the amount of rupees 56,000 and odd would suffice to meet the expenses of the minor son, who is of about, what is the age?
12 years now. 12.
About 12 years of age. Push up, next para. Thus, the approximate proportion in which the expenditure for the son is required to be shared between the parties, keeping in view their respective incomes, would be in the ratio of 3:1. Pushed up, next para. Thus, the amount of maintenance directed to be paid to the tune of rupees 50,000, being barely above 3/4 of the expenditure of the son, I do not find any reason to interfere with the impugned order. Pushed up, insofar as the litigation cost of rupees 25,000 is concerned, this court does not find any reason to interfere with the same, since the same is reasonable. Pushed up, next para. As such, CO number 3746 of 2024 is dismissed on contest without any order as to cost.
My lord, I think one indulgence. This is the letter I had issued several times.
We cannot look into documents which are not there before the court.
Disclose the width quota, disclose the item cost of the item paid directly to the school.
Call the next one, please.